Let's be real. You're over it. The early mornings, the late commutes, the living for the weekend life. You've done everything right. You followed the system, school, job, bills, taxes, and still, your paycheck barely keeps up with your stress. Meanwhile, you see others online, making money in their sleep, quietly replacing their 9 to 5 with passive income streams you've never even heard of. And it's frustrating, right? Because deep down, you know there's got to be a smarter way. Here's the truth. You don't need flashy cars. You don't need viral followers. And you don't need to risk everything on crypto or some sketchy side hustle. What you need is strategy. Real, ethical assets that quietly earn while you sleep, travel, or spend time with your family. In this video, I'm showing you 5 underrated passive income ideas that are working in 2025, not just trending. These are the same strategies high-level entrepreneurs are using, without the noise. No fluff, no hype, just results. Stick around because if you've ever wanted to break out of the paycheck cycle, this might be your blueprint. Let's dive in. All right, let's start with something simple, but powerful. You've probably heard of ETFs before, and maybe you tuned out because it sounded too technical or just boring. But here's what most people don't realize. There are certain ETFs that actually pay you cash just for owning them. We're talking dividend-paying ETFs, and they're quietly becoming one of the smartest ways to replace your paycheck without doing anything crazy. Think of it like this. You're buying a slice of a basket filled with strong, stable companies that make real money, and then share a part of those profits with you. Every single quarter. You're not trading. You're not gambling on crypto or hoping some startup 10x's overnight. You're simply getting paid to hold. Take one of my favorites right now, SCHD. This ETF is made up of big names like Pepsi, Home Depot, Verizon. These aren't hype stocks. These are companies people use every day. And the payout? It's around 3.5 to 4% a year in cold, hard cash. That means if you put in $25,000, you're getting about $1,000 a year without touching the original money. That's over $80 a month, enough to cover your internet, phone bill, or even groceries. Double that? $50K gets you $160, $170 a month. Keep building and suddenly, your ETF income starts covering your real-life bills. And here's the part no one talks about. You can start with as little as $10. Seriously, open an account on Robinhood, M1 Finance, Fidelity, Schwab, whatever you prefer. Search for the ticker, like SCHD or VYM. Click buy. That's it. No minimums, no stress, no needing to trade. It just sits there, paying you, over and over. Now, in 2025, this space is heating up. With inflation still in the picture and the job market looking shaky, more and more smart investors are quietly shifting toward dividend income. Not to get rich overnight, but to build steady, predictable cash flow that doesn't break when the economy does. This isn't some flashy YouTube strategy. It's what real people with real goals are doing to build long-term freedom. If you're the kind of person who wants their money to work without babysitting it, if you're looking for a foundation that pays while you sleep, this is where you start. Dividend-paying ETFs. Slow, steady, stress-free, and with enough consistency, they don't just add to your income, they eventually replace your paycheck. Ready for asset number 2? It's even more exciting and way more flexible. Let's go. All right, let's keep going. Because asset number 2 is one of the most flexible ways to earn passive income in 2025. And no, it's not about dropshipping. No shady tactics. No weird online hustle. It's called digital products. And if you know how to solve even one small problem, you can turn that into a paycheck that hits while you sleep. Now I know what you're thinking, but I'm not a content creator. I'm not an influencer. I don't even know where to start. Exactly. That's the beauty of it. You don't have to be famous. You don't need 10,000 followers. You just need one good idea, packaged the right way. Let's say you've figured out how to budget better, or organize your week, or meal prep on a tight schedule? What if you turned that into a printable guide, a checklist, or a simple ebook? You make it once, upload it to a platform like Etsy, Payhip, or Gumroad, and that's it. Now, anytime someone finds it helpful, you get paid, even while you're sleeping. Here's what makes this asset special. It's low cost. You don't need inventory. You don't ship anything. And best of all, it scales. One product can be sold 100 times, or 1,000. Let's break it down. Real talk. You spend a weekend creating a digital product. Maybe it's a $9 planner or a $12 digital course. You sell it just 100 times over the next few months. That's $900 to $1,200. Passive. No clients, no clock in, clock out. Just value you created once, working for you over and over again. People in the US are buying digital products like crazy right now, especially in the self-help, productivity, wellness, and finance spaces. Why? Because they're affordable, they're instant, and people want solutions. Fast. And don't worry, there are templates for everything. You don't need to be a designer. You can use Canva, Notion, even Google Docs. The key is to keep it real. Solve a small but annoying problem. How do I track my expenses? How do I plan meals for my family? How do I organize my week without getting overwhelmed? If your product answers just one of those questions, you've got something worth paying for. And remember, this isn't just side hustle hype. This is digital real estate. You build it once, and it pays forever. If you're someone who likes working from your laptop, if you want flexibility, freedom, and something that actually helps people, without breaking any lines or pushing weird trends, this is the asset for you. Simple, profitable, repeatable, and with the right platforms, it works, even if you're starting from zero. All right, let's switch gears for a second. We've talked about stocks, we've talked about digital products. Now let's get into something real. Something you can see, touch, rent out, flip, or hold for real-world value. Asset number 3, precious metals, especially physical silver. Wait, silver? Yeah, stick with me. Most people sleep on this asset, but in 2025, it's becoming a quiet powerhouse for people looking to protect and grow their money, without depending on banks or the stock market. Here's the deal. Silver isn't just shiny. It's real money. It holds value when the dollar drops. And historically, it performs best during times of inflation, economic stress, or financial instability. Sound familiar? Right now, physical silver is trading around $25–30 per ounce, but the real demand is climbing fast. Tech companies need it for batteries. Solar energy systems can't run without it. And as more people lose trust in banks, they're stacking metals, not paper. So how does it pay you? Well, silver doesn't give you monthly checks like a rental, but it preserves your wealth. And when the market shifts, it can spike, big. People who bought silver in the low 20s just a few years ago, they saw returns of 40% to 60% during economic shifts. But here's the kicker, silver's still affordable. Unlike gold, where 1 ounce costs nearly $2,500, you can grab an ounce of silver for around $30 right now. That means you can start small, you can build your stack slowly, and when the timing's right, you can sell it or trade it on your terms. There's no fancy account required, no app needed. You can buy physical silver from trusted dealers like SD Bullion, JM Bullion, or even in person. Just make sure it's reputable. Most smart investors store it in a personal safe, or better, a vault. Why? Because this isn't internet money, this is your hedge when things hit the fan. And unlike crypto or digital assets, silver has real-world utility. It's used in tech, medical equipment, electric vehicles. The list goes on. So if you're the kind of person who wants an asset with tangible physical value, something you can hold in your hand, not just watch on a screen, and something that historically protects your wealth when markets are shaky, this is it. Silver won't make you rich overnight, but it'll keep your money safe and positioned to grow, especially when the dollar keeps dipping. You want real value? This is real value. Vending machines. Yep, you heard that right. Not stocks, not apps, vending machines. Most people overlook them until they see how quietly they make money, day after day, while the owner's at home, asleep, or off on a weekend trip. Here's the deal. Vending machines are one of the most underrated passive income assets in America right now. Why? Because they sit in schools, offices, laundromats, warehouses, places where people need quick snacks or drinks, and they pay for convenience. Every single day. You buy a machine, you place it in a good location, you stock it, and boom, now your money's working for you. Let me paint the picture. You invest in one used machine, let's say $2,500. You negotiate with a local gym or factory to place it there. Offer them a small cut, like 10% of sales. You fill it with snacks and drinks that cost you $0.50 to $1, and sell for $1.50 to $3. Even on slow traffic, you can bring in $300 to $500 per month per machine, passively. Now imagine you scale it. 5 machines? That's $1,500 to $2,500 a month in your pocket. After costs. And here's the best part. No employees, no tech updates, no complicated systems. Just you, a few machines, and a good location strategy. People in the vending game are buying machines on Facebook Marketplace, OfferUp, Craigslist, or directly from dealers like vending.com or AM Equipment. You can even start with refurbished ones. Way cheaper, same return. Refill it weekly or bi-weekly. Takes maybe an hour. Collect your cash or card payments. Done. It's real-world income from a real-world need. You're not selling digital air. You're offering a cold drink or a snack when someone needs it. And in 2025, with rising convenience demand, vending machines are back. Touchless pay, credit card readers, smart tracking, all that's available if you want to upgrade. But even old-school machines still work if the location is right. So if you're someone who likes simple business, wants real assets you can own and see, and wants to earn steady money without working a second job, this is a powerful step. Start with one. Place it smart, track the results, then duplicate. It's not glamorous, but it's consistent. And in the end, that's what replaces paychecks. Farmland investing. Sounds old school? Maybe. But it's one of the safest, most time-tested ways to grow wealth. Quietly. Here's the reality. People will always need food. And farmland? It's the asset behind every grocery shelf, every grain, every meal. In 2025, you don't need to buy hundreds of acres. You can now co-invest in farmland through trusted platforms like Acre Trader or Farm Together, with as little as $10,000. You're not farming it yourself. You're backing real agricultural land and getting annual cash flow plus long-term appreciation. Historically, farmland has outperformed the S&P 500 with low volatility and consistent returns, even during recessions. It's a quiet powerhouse, and billionaires like Bill Gates know it. If you're looking for a stable physical asset that beats inflation, grows in value, and feeds the future, this is it. If you're done working for money and ready to let money work for you, now's your moment. Subscribe, and I'll show you how to build wealth the smart, quiet, and powerful way.